Hey guys, the Sultan of Sokoto have once again spoken to the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, I know say don't first talk before. Though that one, they tell those people when we say they're not they happy for the results of the presidential election. He referred to Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar when don't they court now they contest the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC presidential candidate, who is the president-elect right now. If everything be equal, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be sworn in on Monday, May 29, 2023. He can't tell them that time, say, make them forget about their court case, make Nigeria move forward. Say anybody when not they happy with the results, make a rest. Say Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't win election, be say don't win election. Nobody should disturb Nigeria with any court case. He said it. You can still talk about the Muslim ticket when we say Christians, are complaining of. He say made them not mind that one. Say not mean anything. Say that one not mean anything for Nigeria. But the question is, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu were to be a Christian and he picked a Christian as a running mate, would the Muslims accept it? This is what we should be asking ourselves. What do you know if they do unto you, you not go like them? Not like make another person do them to you. You understand? Don't do unto somebody else. If you know if they do that into you, you not go like them. Not go do unto somebody else. You understand? Because when they do unto you, you not go like them. Me and you understand, say, if someone who is a Christian coming out for a president and he can't go pick a Christian as a running mate, Muslims, they not go agree. In fact, this Nigeria, they go bring them down. But because it's Muslim affair, it not get problem. The way where they just they talk it not mean. See, if you want make people know they talk put for your matter, they do the needful, they do the right thing. Because that is why we are here today. INEC that promised Nigerians heaven and earth, how this election, the presidential election and other elections that was conducted will be the best in the world. It can't turn to be the worst. And when people are talking, you say me they not talk. Always do the needful. Make sure say that's the way they do right. So that tomorrow when people they talk, you go feel stand talk, say this thing, when I do, I do and where. Then the people when they challenge you, they no go feel still like take talk. But when you miss them, you don't miss them. And that is why they see talk here and there. So many controversies. We have never experienced this one once so in the history of Nigeria since the inception of democracy. Say a president-elect was announced. Everybody they talk here and there and all that. It never happened before. Well, he don't talk. Make we hear what he don't tell the president-elect this time around. The Sultan of Sokoto, Abubakar III, Saidu Abubakar, had told the president-elect Bola Tinubu not to occupy his mind though with the thought of winning the next election, but on how to first develop the country and the next generation. The Sultan made the remark in Abuja on Saturday at an event where the former Kenyan president Kenyatta delivered an inaugural lecture titled "The Deepen Democracy for Integration and Development." According to the monarch, as political leaders, you will need not only to think of the next election, but also, and more importantly, think of the next generation. I leave you with those thoughts and pray for God's guidance, God's wisdom and patience for leaders to take our country to the highest heights. And we all have peace and stability in our great country, Nigeria, he added. Earlier, Kenyatta had also advised Tinubu to reach out to those who may feel aggrieved over his emergence, so as to build a stronger nation. According to him, Tinubu must transcend from tactical politics and adopt the role of a vision bearer. He stressed that the president-elect must lead and unite all citizens regardless of whether or not they supported him during the election. Kenyatta said the contest is now over and the hard work of building a prosperous and unified Nigeria now begins. Upon assuming the office of the president, you would be wise to transcend from the tactical politics of an election and assume your role as Nigeria's vision bearer. This will determine a complete overhaul of adversarial mindset that we as politicians are conditioned to embrace during the electoral processes. As president, you must learn very quickly to lead those who do not love you and those who love you with equal passion and commitment, because you are now the father of all. Your Excellency, when countries are in election mode, the people and their leaders are more divided than ever and burst into various sectarian and partisan interests. However, when you are the head of state and you take command of the country's armed forces, you become the embodiment of the total of the many different ethnic groups and religions that make up your country, and you become the symbol of unity. Indeed, you become the face of Nigeria, he remarked. The former president of Kenya encouraged Tinubu to surround himself with voices that challenged his own, adding that there is a need to overcome negative ethnicity, religious discrimination, and corruption in the country. He maintained, I encourage you to surrender yourself with the voices of those who will counterbalance the hard learners that feel entitled to a piece of your office. You will lose nothing and gain everything by reaching out across the political, ethnic, and religious lines. To those who may feel aggrieved by your victory in one way or another, please allow them to exhale and be part of your vision for a great Nigeria. It is my hope and my prayer that the lessons from across the continent will give you the resolve to work the different parts of overcoming those three enemies. I started by mentioning that three enemies of nationhood: the negative, the ethnicity, the religious discrimination, and corruption. As your fellow African, I look forward to a Nigerian that emerges from this transition, ready to flex and fight for its rightful place on the global stage with both hands at the ready, Kenyatta stated. So guys, let's hear from you. What's your take on this? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment